Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Cop Council. How are we all? Hopefully, all of you are having a fantastic day from wherever you are around the world. And of course, welcome back to another post-match reaction. And yet again, this Liverpool side is just unbelievable, isn't it? Yes, Liverpool have drawn to Wolverhampton Wanderers by 2 goals to 2 in the FA Cup third round, and yes, it will be a replay in who knows when. Because when can Liverpool fit it in? Who bloody knows? Can Liverpool afford a replay to Wolves? No, not really. But judging from tonight's performance and yet again just the game in itself, we were very, very lucky to be walking away with a replay. Let alone, let alone even just something from the game because look, it was just diabolical tonight in certain areas. Yes, there were some positives. Obviously, Cody Gakpo, Darwin Núñez as well, and a few bits and pieces were a tiny bit positive, but just the general scenario of things. Again, it's a very poor situation at the minute for Liverpool Football Club, and how do we get out of it? I don't know. It's one of these baffling questions that we keep asking ourselves, isn't it, chat? What do Liverpool do to somehow fix our problems? And yet again, I think we're asking the same questions yet again. Anyway, but let's get into the chat then, guys. As well, let me know, guys, your thoughts and opinions as well in the comment section down below. If anyone's new around here as well, then please hit that like button, please hit that subscribe button as well. Very much appreciated. As always, I was having a chill day till Liverpool played as well, says Chris. Yeah, I think all of us were pretty much like that, wasn't we, as well? It wasn't the best, was it? Realistically, Chris, to be fair. But this is in as well, saying yes, Connor lads. Hello, hopefully on a fantastic day, my friend. Apart from the football, that's the thing, isn't it? I think everyone was having a pretty good day and watching all the FA Cup, and it was like, oh yeah, Liverpool got to play at 8 o'clock, and I'm not looking forward to next week against Brighton. Let's just say that. Jesus Christ. Replay benefits neither team, but another embarrassing performance from us. Sick of repeating myself. I'm going to buy a tape recorder of saying same things again. Wolves should have won that game. Same old crap as well. Yeah, I don't disagree with that. Obviously, the VAR call was their third goal onside, offside. Just having a look on Twitter, supposedly according from the FA and FIFA, not FIFA, sorry, the FA and VAR, it was offside. Supposedly, I think Matthias Nunes was offside for when he come back to the ball, but then I don't know, there's different interpretations of the rulings, and of course, Mohamed Salah's goal. We'll speak about that in a moment anyway. But Wolves will take confidence from this into the league and replay. They are the best team that are in the relegation battle as well, says Chris as well. Yeah, exactly. They've got decent players as well. I think obviously we spoke about yesterday about Matthias Nunes and how he's obviously looking like a Liverpool move is going to happen, and when he come on the pitch, he was the best midfielder on the pitch. So again, it's one of these things where yet again he's put himself in a very good spot in terms of that. But another thing yet again, it's the fact that Liverpool once again, and the midfield more or less again, has put themselves in the spotlight yet again for being how crap they were. I was looking at a stat. Actually, I'll read it out for you guys in a bit. Well, let me quickly see if I can find it. I was quickly looking at on Twitter at statistics for it anyway, but I'm just going to quickly redo the tackles won by Liverpool's midfielders v Wolves. Are you guys ready for this? Jordan Henderson 0 tackles won, Fabinho 1, Harvey Elliott 1, Naby Keita 1, Thiago 6. That is not good at all. And as it goes on to say as well, feels like Thiago is out there on his own at times as well, and it did feel like that tonight. Again, we've seen in the Leicester game how Thiago is defending by himself. Fabinho for me, I think had an absolute shocker yet again. Looks like he's in no man's land. And yeah, again, it's the same questions and the same answers. What are we going to do about Fabinho? Is Fabinho going to, improve? Is this and that? And it's really deflating. It is really deflating. I don't want to come on here and say that, look, if it was a hard, fought 2-2, then fair enough. Then and the replay is needed and so on. But that was avoidable tonight. That was massively avoidable. Wolves, every time Liverpool went forward, were there for the taking in some sense, but then so was Liverpool. And Liverpool, I'd say more so Liverpool than Wolves, of course, with our, midfield, and then of course, what happened for Wolves' first goal, and of course we'll speak about it in a brief moment. But it's just the fact that once again, it's the same questions, and you guys will get fed up of me talking about it. I'm fed up of already talking about it, about Liverpool's midfield problems, but it's continuing. And we all thought that, maybe after the World Cup that, things would go back to the way they was, and they're not. And they won't this season now. And that's a massive worry unless something gets sorted, unless we buy players, or there's just a complete, overall change for Liverpool. It won't stop, and it won't be something that will be stopped instantly. Neither. So, but like I said, I can't wait for next week because Brighton's going to be absolutely awful. It's going to be absolutely awful because of course they are a brilliant team at the moment as well. But the Wolves will take confidence. I already read that one as well. Brian's in as well. Hello, Brian. Hopefully on a fantastic day, my friend as well. John's in as well, saying another shape of result, but the worst thing was Klopp trying to throw the game with his subs he made as well. I wouldn't say he made this a throw. I just think it was just, I think it was just keeping the likes of Henderson and Fabinho. I was going to say, not rested because of course we got a week break, but it was just okay. We'll shove everyone on who can attack and see where it goes. Anyway, our midfield is so dead as well. I'd agree, 1,000%, my friend. Last thing we need is a replay. Agree, 100%. Why is Carvalho not getting any game time? Don't know. I don't know whether or not something's happened. Like what we've seen with Shaqiri. Maybe Carvalho wants game time, but Klopp's maybe trying to do something with him or something. I don't know. I generally do not know. That's why I said we need a new midfielder being like that in most of this season as well. It's the fact that for me, chat, and let me know your guys' thoughts as well. It's the fact that once someone beats a midfielder in our team, it's like they just give up. It's not the fact that, like, you look at Fabinho tonight, he got massively bullied in that midfield, time and time again. And even in the sense of, he was sitting in front of Matip and Kanate at times as well throughout that game. It wasn't the fact he was pushing up a little bit throughout the midfield. Yeah, there was times that he did, and he was the most, the midfielder that was, doing the press a bit more than everyone else. But when he got beat, it wasn't like he was trying to track back. It was like, oh, someone's beat me. Okay, I'll jog back or something like that. It's consistently that, and it's consistently the fact that he gets beaten way too easily. Like I think Adama Traore had one opportunity where he just beat Fabinho, ball in behind, and then I think Ibu had to save us a little bit. And it's the fact that Fabinho even last season would have either gone in for a tackle, won the ball, or made a foul. But Fabinho now won't even do that to break up the game. Just he won't do it. And it is very concerning. I think out of everything, I think the DM position, and what we're listening out to the club and so forth, we're hearing that, obviously Jurgen is waiting to see if Fabinho will come back into form and that. And for me, it's not good enough. For me, Fabinho has lost an edge. And look, we're speaking about the FA Cup. We're trying to defend the FA Cup, for God's sake. We're not thinking about the league tonight. But again, that was our best 11 and our best midfield. and the only person we can turn around and go had a decent performance or had an okay performance was Thiago. Jordan Henderson did things okay, but not the best. And then Fabinho for me was awful. Joel Matt, and it's not just him. And don't get me wrong, I'm not just going to totally focus on Fabinho. And that, but for me, Matip as well, Joel Matip, I thought had an absolute mare tonight. And again, when we're talking about Virgil van Dijk being out for over a month, or could even be longer than that in that regard, we're going to end up having a partnership of Ibu Konate and Joel Matip. I'm not confident in that. Ibu, yeah, I'm confident of. Joel Matip, I'm not. For some reason, the last couple of games, he's been a nightmare in defence. I don't know if that's just me, and of course, after the game, I'm just thinking a bit negatively, but I just think Joel Matip, for me, he looks a bit erratic, like all the time. Doesn't look like cool, calm, collected Joel Matip. And look, Matip is wild, don't get me wrong, but there's a certain element of it where he looks calm, and then the last couple of weeks he hasn't. He's just looked like, oh, like someone's in front of me, I've got to get to him straight away, and it's not reassuring then for like an Ibu partnering him, and I do think that is a problem for Liverpool. But then again, are Liverpool gonna do something about that? Probably not. But I think, I already read that one out as well. Our midfield is a joke, probably the worst in the league. I wouldn't say it's the worst in the league. It's the worst out of the top six, for sure, 100%. Hendo and Fabinho are absolutely cooked. I think Fabinho is, bright, being honest. Shows you how great that criminally underrated Genie was. I have dreams about him as well. Yeah, no, Genie Wijnaldum was amazing, wasn't he? And again, look at the people that was constantly negative about Genie Wijnaldum. And again, it's that sense of we're hearing, there's no signing going to happen in this window, and I believe it, 100% believe it. And realistically, things aren't going to change until the summer. So now we just have to, fingers crossed and just hope for something amazing to happen anyway. But we don't need one, we need three. One's just the bloody start of it, to be fair. But tell you what, Albin, what as a shite, this can't go on, Connor. I agree. I absolutely agree with you guys in the chat as well. Doug is in as well saying, hello, Connor. That was so sloppy tonight. It was awful, wasn't it, Doug? From everyone. And again, like I said, it's not just one particular player. You could go through it. Alisson, of course, he saved us so many times. And I'm not going to have a go at Alisson because, look, without him, we wouldn't even be in contention for, top four. And, even until in this game, he made, 2 or 3 great saves. So, again, I'm never going to have a go at Alisson Becker because, look, even though the first goal was his fault, look, at the end of the day, you could blame Thiago even for not, passing the ball better. Obviously, Ali, that mistake. But then again, you can blame multiple people for it, in my opinion, anyway. But I think we should play Nunes on the left wing and Gakpo as a cam. That's what I would try. I think Nunes is currently a left winger, becoming striker in the long term. I'd say Nunes is a striker now. I just think that when you have interchange, and we've seen it over the years with Bobby, Mane, Salah as well. I think that's a little bit what got to happen. I was massive. We'll speak a little bit about certain individuals in a brief moment anyway. But yeah, I think Chris. I think Darwin is a striker, 100%. And of course, Darwin got his goal tonight as well. Carvalho isn't Klopp's plans, Connor. I think he is. I think the problem is Klopp doesn't know his best position right now. I think he's a natural number 10. Like Fulham saw last season, where he was brilliant in that role, in behind Mitrovic, and it could even be a potential move for Liverpool in the future to go 4-2-3-1. If that is the case, obviously with Gakpo and Carvalho there as well. I'd like to see him on that left midfield role. We've seen it against Everton, and I thought he did a great job there on that day in the Merseyside derby. So yeah, for me, I think obviously I think something is happening with Carvalho, but I think it's more in the terms of I think Klopp's preparing him for something where he might play a midfield role more than something else. We've seen it with Shaqiri. Shaqiri went missing for when he signed for Liverpool back in the day. I think he went missing for like 2 months and then played that right hand side role. Which I think again, obviously, is going to happen with Carvalho as well. But if we don't bring in two midfielders in the transfer window, it's only going to get worse. Well, I agree, 100%. Too many players allowed to grow old together as well. Thiago being our best, a bad bunch of midfielders. I'd agree with that 100%. Alisson allowed an off game. It's his first in 12 months. It's been its first for a lot longer than 12 months. I'd say that 100% Doug as well. There's a nice balance in the front three tonight as well. Yeah, look, and I'll speak about the front three in a minute as well. Obviously, Gakpo had a really decent debut as well, and yeah, I did think that look, the whole front three, in my opinion, obviously Darwin Núñez getting his goal, which obviously he took it brilliantly, as well. Obviously that cross ball from Trent practically put it on a plate for him. To be fair, but look, again, Darwin Núñez had to finish his opportunity, and he did, with shining colours. And look, I'm just going to quickly read out something as well for you guys. When people judge, obviously, Darwin Núñez and judge him for him playing in that, I'm just going to read you something. In both first 21 appearances for Liverpool, Darwin Núñez now has 10 goals for Liverpool Football Club. Luis Suarez had 8 in his first 21 appearances, and people judge way too early. So there you go. But yeah, Darwin Núñez for me caused problems yet again tonight. Look, got his goal, which was brilliant. I don't think he had that many opportunities. The opportunities that he did have, he caused problems for the Wolves defence. But again, that's in collaboration as well with these two as well, Mo Salah and Cody Gakpo as well. Obviously, Gakpo for me, excellent debut for him tonight, nearly getting the 90 minutes in which. Look, for what has been pretty much 2-3 training sessions with the team, and coming straight in. Look, it's a brilliant debut. I think when we look on all sides of things as well, for me, I think look, he could have got a goal tonight. I think in the first half, wasn't it, that little touch away to and then blasted bottom corner was a great save by the Wolves goalkeeper, and that's the thing where I think pretty much we're going to see very exciting things from Cody Gakpo this this season. And I think, look, give him the week as well to work with with Darwin and with Mo as well, with that front three. I think tonight's team will be the team that starts against Brighton. I do think anyway, unless of course there is something that does happen, between now and Brighton. But again, it's the fact that for his debut, I don't think you could have asked for a better one for Gakpo. Being honest, I think obviously a goal would have been nice and a match winner would have been nice. But look, his first impression in Liverpool shirt, very, very good. And look, I think there is much more positive things to come for Cody Gakpo anyway. And I will quickly talk as well about Mohamed Salah as well. Obviously, Mo breaking the record, breaking another record as well. Of course, overtaking Sir Kenny Dalglish in the all-time Liverpool goal scorers list as well. I believe he needs 10 more goals to overtake Robbie Fowler, I think, next. I could be wrong with that. To be fair, someone let me know in the chat down below as well. But again, yet more reason why Mohamed Salah is in Liverpool's all-time 11 when we speak about it. And again, didn't have the best of games, was quiet in some areas, but again, Mo just gets a goal out of nowhere, and it was a very, very good goal for Mo. Obviously, bit of controversy with the offside rule, and he was offside. There's no hiding away from it. But because the Wolves defender played for the ball, it means that when Mo was offside, it doesn't count. So I think that's how it goes anyway. But again, it's the fact that, again, quiet game for Mo, but he got a goal from it as well. And I think, again, the front three of Nunes, Salah, and Gakpo, that is Liverpool's, main three now up top until we have the likes of Jota and Luis Diaz back, and obviously Bobby Firmino as well, who should be back for Brighton. But again, it's that question of, will he be back or not as well anyway. But guys, let me know your thoughts anyway. Let me know your thoughts on Gakpo's debut as well for the Reds. I thought it was a pretty decent one. Again, pretty good combination between him and Robbo as well. I think obviously they're trying to get used to each other. Obviously, Gakpo taking more of the inside, but again, he's not afraid to go down the line or go at the defender neither as well, which I thought was very very impressive tonight as well. Anyway, but did I hear right that Luis Suarez and Sadio Mane had only scored 9 goals after 23 appearances, but Nunes has 10? That's not going to fit the flop of the season agenda, is it? No, it's not, Chris, is it? I think there are plenty of more signings out there that, are definitely up there for flop of the year anyway. But got to go Night All as well. Night Brian as well. Thank you for popping in, my friend. As always, Nunes will score 35 goals this season, Connor. I really hope so. That'll save us a lot, won't it? Night Brian as well, and decent debut for Gakpo as well. Anyway, yeah, no, absolutely. It was a brilliant, I say brilliant. It was a decent performance, wasn't it, for Cody Gakpo? Anyway, I'm going to quickly check something in a minute, guys, as well, because again, VAR have said that it was offside. Again, I'm just going to quickly check something a moment anyway. But again, though, taken away from this game in particular, obviously the midfield, again, I could talk about that, for another hour, probably, guys, as well. But it's that sense of, again, it's just that frustration at the minute where it's the same problems yet again, and there's no fixing it. I think obviously the positives from tonight. I think obviously that front three of Nunes, Gakpo, and Salah, pretty, doing well with one another. Obviously Trent assisting Darwin Nunes as well, which was very very good. But again, I don't think Robbo and Trent. I think them two had an okay decent game. I don't think you can really have a go at them for what they did in the game, but Joel Matip for me, Fabinho, Jordan Henderson, they're the main three for me, which do frighten me yet again. But look, at the end of the day, I do think that hopefully things can work differently now against Brighton. But again, it's Brighton. Do we really expect anything different against that team? No, because as we saw against Everton, they absolutely battered their midfield and look, it's probably going to be the same for Liverpool in a week's time anyway. But obviously, I think the only positive thing for Liverpool is if we could, somehow do something in the market. That's the only way we're going to do it. Of course, the likes of Arthur Mello is going to be back as well. It should be in the next week or two, but again, it's not the best, is it? When we're relying on Arthur Mello to be back for Liverpool Football Club anyway. But I just find it hard to give praise when we don't win. Again, that's the thing, isn't it? It's a frustrating thing, and look, I may sound like a broken record, and I do believe I sound like a broken record, breaking record. I do sound like a broken record, but again, that's the frustration part of it, where look, a numerous amount of people will say the same thing, and many other YouTube content creators will be saying the same thing tonight. The midfield yet again was awful. I watched a bit of Jurgen's press conference as well when we were when he was speaking about Liverpool dominated the game and Liverpool did this and did that, and I'm like, we didn't dominate at times. That first the first little period of the game before Wolves got their goal, yeah, we dominated that little period, but apart from that, it was like a like a basketball match. For the entirety of the game, it wasn't comfortable, it wasn't relaxing. Liverpool looked just unorganized and just a team that didn't know each other. And that for me is a frightening sight for Liverpool Football Club as well for the remainder of the season, let alone what we got coming in the next couple of weeks. Anyway, but Anthony's in as well. Then we still going to play the rearranged league games against Wolves as well. Yeah, no, we are. So we've got Wolves away in the league. I think in 3 weeks' time. I think. Hang on, I'll double check this now. Well, while I'm double checking this as well. Quickly have a look for you guys as well. So yeah, we've got Brighton next week. So a week today. Then we've got Chelsea at home. Or a week from that. Then another week from that, we've got Wolves at Wolves. So we've got to somehow fit in an FA Cup replay and the home game for Wolves in that, or around it anyway, with the likes of Newcastle, Real Madrid, and Palace away within that as well. It's not the best, is it? It's definitely a replay we didn't need tonight, guys. Is it? The be all and end all anyway. But guys, I am going to leave it there for tonight anyway. Big thank you to all of you that have come into the chat tonight as well, because I think and I want to apologize as well for being so negative and being so down as well for you guys, because it just is a really frustrating time at the minute to be a Liverpool supporter and just to be around the club at the minute. It's the same problems yet again, and there's no fixing it whatsoever. And apart from the obvious, where we go, oh, sign a new player, do this, do that. Apart from those obvious suggestions, there is no other way around it at the minute. The only way I could think of potentially to Liverpool go back to that weird 4-4-2 until next season. Who knows? Because we've played 4-3-3 since we've come back from the World Cup, and apart from the Villa game, the rest of it has been terrible. Even that Leicester win, it wasn't the best. It just feels like every single time Liverpool are playing at the minute, we're playing a basketball game, not a football game. And again, we're not controlling the game. We just look like a bunch of amateurs that have just been glued together and just been left to go on and do what you want to do. And it's not going to get any easier anyway. But like I said, I apologize if I have seemed doom and gloom anyway in this video. Anyway, but Anthony says a lot of games with a poor midfield as well. Yeah, absolutely. And we need a new midfielder, or new midfielders at that all as well. Yeah, I would absolutely agree with you for their chat as well. Anyway, but guys, thank you so much for tuning in. Anyway, if you're new around here, please hit that like button. Please hit that subscribe button as well. Of course, we'll be live tomorrow, maybe at 9 o'clock. We might be talking a bit about this game. We might have some news or any other bits and pieces as well. If that is the case, of course, we will be live if there's anything breaking or anything like that. But I think we're going to talk about Liverpool's problems, more in depth with a few guests tomorrow. Anyway, for you guys, anyway. But that is going to be it from me. I've been Connor from the Cop Council. I'll see you all tomorrow. Ta-ra.